Alright, my friends, it's Hank back with another episode. Traveling with McCready. We're all decked out, ready to go. We're going to go seek salvation and see if we can find Imogene Cabot. A minimum amount of force to be applied, hopefully. I went over the weapon load in the last episode, so you could get an idea of the equipment that we're carrying. I've ditched my 5.56 M16A4 in favor of a G36 and 7.62 millimeter because I thought it was a little redundant to carry two assault rifles, especially if they had suppressors on them. So McCready's packing the other one with some service rifle expansion project enhancements to it. That's witness right here. Seems like I'm having a little problem with my switching. Check on my tape here. Combat Stalkers. See where we're set up on that. Okay, so that's all working just fine. Just have a little bit of slowness going on right now. I'm not quite sure what that's all about.
So now you're just throwing stuff away.
Yeah, I am, McCready. Okay, the amphitheater is ahead. This should be my objective here. Stalkers, huh?
I think there's someone that needs a spanking.
2 hostiles bearing 518. There they are. Talk to these missionaries, they seem friendly enough.
Hey.
Here to learn about our movement?
Sure, why not?
Brother Thomas is the one you need to talk to. He'll fill you in with all the details.
Cool. I'm gonna carry in a suppressed pistol just in case.
Heads up.
Wonder if I can give all my caps to dog meat. Guess not.
Let's check out the t-shirt stand before we leave.
Excuse me.
Welcome, neighbor. We're always glad to see a new face around here. Tell me something. You ever feel like this whole world is broken?
Yes.
Do you ever wonder why things can't be the way they were in the good old days?
Yes.
The whole world is broken.
That's what I used to think. Until I found a way to make a difference, to transform my life, and maybe everyone else's too. We call ourselves the Pillars of the Community. We're a pretty new movement, so you may not have heard of us. But we're growing fast all across the Commonwealth, and you can be part of this exciting future.
Sounds
Step
fun.
right this way, and I'll be happy to tell you all about our movement and how you can be a part of it.
Sounds good.
Well, that's just fantastic. I know you're going to fit right in around here. I'm always excited to welcome a new member into our fold.
You should talk to Brother Thomas about how to join our movement.
Okay.
Don't worry, I don't bite. Alrighty, I hope you're as excited as I am. This is one of... Getting to welcome new members into our movement. The first step is simple. You have to learn to give up your attachment to material possessions in order the ability to have true wealth, health, and happiness. Just go ahead and give me everything you own, and I'll initiate you as a first-level pillar of the community.
Is that it?
Right, buddy. You know where you can shove that pillar.
I'm actually just looking for Emma Jean Cabot.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Emma Jean is indisposed right now. She's not seeing visitors.
What's she doing here? Is she a member of your movement?
Actually, she and I are, you know, romantically involved. Not that it's any of your business, but she and I are just having a little relationship trouble. You know how it is. She's not seeing anybody until she cools off.
I'm a friend of the family. Maybe I can talk some sense into her.
Blah, blah, blah. Why are you even talking to these morons?
Look, the truth is, we had a little, disagreement about her joining the movement. She got kind of violent. So I locked her in there until I could figure out what to do with her. If you're willing to take her off my hands, let me unlock the door for you, and then she's all yours. I've got to warn you, she's way stronger than she looks.
Okay, so
Took
who
all
let
of
the
us
cleaning
combined
robot
to
loose
get her
in
locked
here?
up in there. She's all yours, neighbor.
Hello.
Don't tell me. Jack sent you.
Well, actually it was Edward, but close enough.
Edward, who works for Jack. I know Jack was behind this. He's always trying to control me.
You don't seem very grateful for being rescued.
Well, maybe technically I was not allowed to leave. So, thank you. I was bored with Thomas anyway. He seemed so interesting at first. But after we got here, he turned out to be just another brute. He actually thought he could force me to join his absurd cult.
Need anything before we go?
No, I didn't bring anything worth taking with me. Oh, I'm not going with you. You can tell Mother I'll be along home before too long. I just need a drink first.
Hey there.
I'll never hear the end of this from Mother.
Okay, that seemed easy enough. So we'll head back to the Cabot house. Which should be easy to do. Holy shit. A wheel and everything's acting a little buggy today.
Watch out! You want to start glowing or something?
Where in the heck is that thing? Go back and collect my mines. That was really weird. I couldn't figure out exactly where the thing was heading. Or what it was even trying to do.
bush all over it.
Sure does.
Time to die! Duck and cover!
What a day. Clearly I'm out of practice.
Got a very bad feeling about this place.
Nah, work for these guys, McBreedy. Had to use one of my precious first aid kits.
Hear me now, Edward. This is maddening.
Whoever lives here.
Edward, switch over to the Hartley modulator. Do you copy?
See now. How's this?
Oh, that's done it. Edward, what's going on there?
We're under attack. They're inside the building.
Inside? Can you keep them out of the basement?
I'm trying, Jack. I've never seen raiders that... For God's sake, Sammy, the doorway, right there. Sorry. Things are a little busy around here right now.
Listen, if they're inside the building, you have to go to the office and shut down the elevator. You can't risk them getting to Lorenzo.
Got it. Office. Elevator. You better round up whoever you can and get them.
Hello? Edward? Come in. Edward! Ah! There's no signal at all. I've lost him.
What's happening, Jack? If these people are inside Parsons, if they free him...
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I always knew it would end this way. I never should have allowed you to lock up Lorenzo in that place.
That isn't helping, Mother. And as I recall, using the serum was your idea, not mine.
So what are you going to do?
I said I'll handle it. I'm thinking.
What's going on?
Who are you
That was
again?
Edward. He's at Parsons, the old asylum. They're under attack by raiders. It's strange. The guards have held off raiders before without any trouble. I don't know what's gone wrong this time.
I found Imogene. She's fine.
Oh, yes, good.
Thank God. At least one small comfort on this terrible day.
You'll be wanting to be paid, of course. Edward usually handles these things. Caps is what you use for currency, isn't that right? Here, I hope that's the right amount. Now, we really need to focus on the current emergency.
How can you be so callous about your sister's safety?
I wonder if these could be the same raiders that stole that last shipment. If some of them had used the undiluted serum, it could explain their unusual success against Edward's men.
What exactly does this serum do?
I suppose it's time you knew. The main benefit of the serum is to halt aging. My family and I are all over 400 years old. But it also confers other side effects, especially in the undiluted form that the raiders stole. It increases strength and resistance to all kinds of physical damage. So at least some of these raiders may be much more dangerous than the ones you're used to dealing with.
I think it's time you told me what's really going on at Parsons.
You're right. It's past time you knew.
Jack, are you sure it's wise telling him all this?
My father, Lorenzo Cabot, is confined in Parsons. He became dangerously unstable after handling an artifact he found on an archaeological dig in Arabia. He gained various seemingly paranormal powers, as well as becoming increasingly irrational and violent. In the end, I had no choice but to confine him, for his own safety, as well as ours. In the course of my attempts to cure him, I discovered that the artifact had introduced anomalies into his blood. So the source of his insanity is also the basis of the treatments that have prolonged all our lives. The irony isn't lost on me, but if he were to escape from Parsons, I would lose my father forever. I will not allow that to happen. Not to mention that the artifact has made him paranoid, homicidally violent, and endowed with extraordinary abilities.
Exactly what abilities does he have?
Enhanced strength, unusual resistance to most kinds of physical damage. Oh, and a kind of local telekinesis, which appears to be projected by the artifact itself. That's why I've built a dampening field into his cell. Which is why we really need to stop these intruders before they turn it off. Before we go, I need you to understand something. When we get to Parsons, you need to do exactly what I tell you. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that clear?
Got it.
Good. Make sure you have whatever you'll need for a serious battle. I'll wait for you outside.
Jack, be careful. And
well, I'm always ready for a serious battle.
I love Father at least as much as you do. But you know as well as I do that if he gets free, there will only be one option.
don't let it come to that, please.
I'll do my best, Mother. And if
This will be good for Tasty Ragstag.
God's sake, don't let her leave again until I get back. Now I really do have to go.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here for Cabot House. I'm going to try and clean up some of these things that are causing some slowdowns in my game. So I'll have to temporarily interrupt the stream, but I'll be right back.